good morning, good morning. What goody, what goes on, what's popping, and all of that good stuff. Looking forward to seeing all of these faces today again. Let's go ahead and turn up, tell a friend, let's talk. Because it's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time once again for tax preparation and preparation for tax preparation. You heard me right. You heard me right. You heard me right. We're going to prepare taxes today. That's what we doing all year. How art thou? We'll give y'all a couple minutes to buffer on up. And we're also going to start off today with a little bit of review. We also may have a guest appearance from one Dr. B. And we may also take a couple comments from the comment section, but it won't be too tough today. Really gets getting everybody back into the spirit of good old tax season. How art thou? How you doing? I am your boy, the real Vince Taylor, returning once again live and direct from the penthouse. I'm just playing the drinking, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? One of these days, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll end up with something that's just dope. You know what I'm saying? With the fireplace, baseball on the TV and all of that. Who knows? Who knows? Well, listen, like I said today, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you once again for being interested in increasing your overall income in a short matter of months by working your behind off for the period of January through May, and then working still throughout the rest of the year, but maybe hopefully not as hard. All right. Now, today we just want to do a little bit of review, and then once again give you some pointers that you can be aware and at least in the know of what it is that you can come to expect once tax season begins here in a few months. In all honesty, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Tax season already began. We in the midst of it already. If you ain't already started doing what it is that it takes to get your tax business up to par by this time, you are behind. By now, you should have your software. You should have at least your plot where you're going to be doing these things at. You should at least be available to your clientele. If you're a returning tax preparer, they already know you ready. Yes, at the bare minimum, if you're a first timer, you should be studying and testing and learning and educating yourself. Because the last thing your client wants is to find out you learning on the job in front of them. I don't know nothing about this, but I'm going to find out. Nah, I came to you because you're the expert. Okay, so that's one of the things we want to help here with as well. In addition to that, preparation is key. Okay, one thing that I hate is when somebody comes to my office and I'm about to finish out their files. I'm like, dang, man, I ain't got no paper. I'll be right back. Oh, man, we out of ink, man. Down here. Hold on, this pen don't work. All right, so those are things we want to kind of take care of in advance. Okay, so keep those things in mind. But I also want to start off with a little bit of review. How art thou? How art thou? Let's go ahead and start off with a little bit of review. We discussed yesterday that there are things that you must have. In my opinion, now these are not things you're going to find on your NATP site, okay, your National Association of Tax Preparers. You're going to just hear it here, right here in Gap Tax Preparation Training College. So yeah, man, this is a little bit personal. Goals are necessary, and not goals words, but goals numbers. Okay, goals numbers. How much is that exactly you're trying to make or earn this year? I don't want to say make because you don't make it. No, you earn it. You got to put your foot into it. How much you trying to make? 100K? Okay. How many clients does it take to get to 100K? How much are you going to charge per file? And how many of those files do you need to file in order to hit 100K? And how many of those files do you need to have done within a week and stay on point with that whole structure, or at least that formula until you hit that 100K? That's the way you operate. You don't just get to the end of the season and be like, man, how we did? Dang, we didn't do it. No, it's like, okay, I'm on track. It's midway through it, and I'm halfway to my goal. I need to step it up. It's midway through it, but I'm already surpassed my goal. I can chill a little bit, but I won't let my foot off the gas because I want even more than what my goal was. That was a bare minimum. That was a prerequisite. I want more. So these things come into place. You got to put things into fruition. They don't just happen. All right, you got to make things happen. Dreams don't come true. You make dreams come true. That's the way it always has been, and it won't stop just because you're in this business now. And also, keep in mind, this is a type of business where you get out of it what you put into it. It's always been my motto. You get out of this what you put into this. You will get out of this what you put into this. So if what you putting into it is you sitting down hoping people find you out of all the hundreds of thousands of tax preparers that exist in your area, if that's the goal, you're getting out of it what you're putting into it. You're putting no effort, and guess what? Your account will reflect it. So just let that sit with you for a little bit. Let's just go ahead and go back and recap some of the things that we discussed yesterday before we bring in our scholar. All right, scholar, who should be on screen right now. Scholar, if you hear me in the background, scholar, screen, scholar, hallelujah. All right, so let's think about it. Last night, yes, most recently, all right, we discussed some of the necessities, I believe, that are necessary at least to consider for your tax office. One of those, the very first one that we just already said it, is goals. Goals are a necessity, not something that you have an option. If you don't enter this with goals, then you're going to leave with just a blank slate of, okay. And again, I know that there's different tiers to this. Some of us are not doing this full time. Some of us are trying to get a little extra cash. Some of us are doing this full time. For my full timers, this is a life-changing endeavor if you allow it to be. All right. For my part timers, you want to get a little extra bag. All right, that's cute. I gotta stop. I gotta stop throwing shade at the part timers, man. I gotta stop doing that. But it's just my opinion. Like when you put part-time effort, you get part-time money, and that just defeats the purpose. My whole goal was to not have to work full-time. So for the full-timers, I mean, yeah, you might be getting $6K, six figures at your job, that's fine, but you still got to go to work every day or even roll out of your bed and clock in. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to do that. I'm sorry. Forgive me. But I ain't knocking you. And plus, I'm gonna keep it real. You do have to get your own benefits and buy your own taxes and keep up with your own stuff. So it can be a little difficult going from W-2 to 1099. But let me tell you, man, listen here. I cannot schedule enough time off that I deserve from the job that I was working. And I don't know where you at, but no matter how long you've been at the job you've been at, man, that tenure, man, you got to be there for a good minute before they just say, yeah, sure, just come into work whenever you feel like it. Or, you know what? Why don't you just work this January through April, and we'll call you next year. I doubt you get that in your workplace. But if you do, hey, more power to you. And again, some folks is pharmacists, and they've worked their whole life, and they got their degree, and they want to make sure they don't waste it. I'm the same way, but I was like, I want my time off. Nothing is more important to me than being able to just take time off and chill. You know what I mean? So hopefully do that. So in order to do that, I had to have goals. You need your goals. You need your team. Where's your team? Are they in place? Are they aware? Do they know what time and when you're going to be starting? Clear communication. Do y'all got a group text? You communicate with them individually. You have group meetings. You have weekly meetings. You have board meetings. You have some sort of hierarchy where there's management, where you're at the top of that, or are you the manager? Get that together. Your plan. What's your game plan this year? Are you putting out your Christmas cards early? Are you going to be putting flyers out? Are you going to tag neighborhoods? Are you going to do door hangers? Are you going to do a street sign, billboards like Sharice and them up in Jersey? What's the plan? And let's not forget, marketing. Marketing is the key. You will not gain any new clients if they don't know you exist. You must market. It is not an option. If you are latching on to somebody, that's great. If somebody is in is in your audit office that's kind of functioning kind of as like I guess like a senior member of the staff, and they know what's going on, that's fine and dandy, but that does not give you an excuse to not carve your own path. So marketing necessity. The basic necessities like, let's just call them clerical items. Your laptops, computers, your flyers, your printer, your scanners, staplers, all those little things you need as well, shredders. So you got to have all of that and tacked in, like we already said, you want to have your plan. When I say a plan, I don't just mean a plan like, oh, what we're going to do. Also, like, where you're going to be doing this stuff at. Hopefully most of us have a facility. All right. But some of us may be doing this virtually or maybe out of an office that we're renting. Just make sure that it's in place. You don't want to have an appointment come and then you don't have anywhere to take this person, virtually or not. All right. The next two things I'm going to run down these. I'm going to go ahead and bring in our guest. You got to have a P10. All right. P10, Preparer Tax Identification Number. I showed you where to get it yesterday. If you don't know, go back and watch the video from yesterday. But just as a refresher, irs.gov/PTIN, and then pay your $29.99, get your P10. You cannot submit any taxes without having a P10. It's the driver's license of tax preparation. Office space, computer, printer, internet access, basic necessities, stationary business attire. You want to look the way you perceive a tax preparer. If I walked up to my doctor and she had on, I don't know, juicy tights and a hoodie that said FAMU, I'd be like, hey, FAMU, but I also be like, where's the jacket? You know, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not as strict about clothing. That's not me, but I know a lot of people are. You know, first impressions cannot be redone. You know, so especially for your new clients, you want to make sure that the first image they have in their head of you is one of a professional. And maybe you can deviate as you go down the line. I know there's some clients that when they first saw me, I had on a tie, suit, and all of that, and the vest. And now, if you come to see me on a Friday, I might just be in a sweatshirt. You never know. Casual Fridays is real. But I digress. Just make sure you got that drove ready. Business attire is key, but education is even more key. So if you don't have that, tune on in. And don't use us as your only resource. All right. When we get out of the training, doesn't mean that, oh no, I didn't know such and such because you ain't never tell me. You a grown person, adult. I need you to do some research too. Do a little reading. All right. And also, there's another reason why we have tests and these protocols so that you can take it upon yourself to do a little work. Effort. Remember, you will get out of this what you put into it. So don't sit here and look at me. Oh, you ain't never tell me. You supposed to. Why you ain't know? All right. Once you learn that you didn't know, there's other ways of finding out, and you can still reach out to us. Okay. This is basic training. All right. Not intermediate training. We're not going even to give you all the goods. Who is you? You might not even be here next year. But don't think of us as the only resource when it comes to education. We had to learn too. We didn't have no training classes. It's possible. So don't sit here and get on. You ain't never tell me how to do a 1068, and I ain't really know. Google, hallelujah. Did you call me? Did you text me? Did you hit anybody up? Education is key, guys. All right. I can't look. Last year, I went through trading. All right. I sat with Sharice. I didn't know how to do certain elements of business files, and Sharice walked me through it. I'm not gonna sit here and be all big and bad. Oh, I've been doing this so long. I didn't know. I didn't know. I had to learn, okay? Because I want to add more business preparation and business filing to my repertoire. So Sharice is so good at that. She literally sat me down at my expense and showed me some of the stuff she learned in her classes. So we are a network. Absolutely utilize us, but don't use us as an excuse if you don't have what it is you need, especially if you're not asking for it. Now, even if you're asking at the height of tax season, yes, we gonna be busy. So if we don't return your call immediately, do the best you can until we can. But I try my best, especially for people that are in their first and second year, to make myself available. So hit me up. If I can't help you, I'll direct you somewhere where we can. But education is key. It's not something that's optional. It's obligational. Positive attitude. We talked about that. You cannot allow yourself to be bogged down by the busyness that you will experience if you are in your third or fourth year. First year is a little different, a little slower paced, especially if you're hitting the ground slow. You're not necessarily going out there on Christmas Day like we did, putting out all your signs, putting out all your flyers so that everybody is hitting you up the day after Christmas when they realize, oh my God, I'm not getting that money back. But you got to keep your attitude up to par, because if you allow yourself to say, man, ain't nobody coming to see me, man, I should have been, instead of doing like Michelle Obama saying, doing something, like do something, get up out your seat, get from behind your desk, get from behind that computer, get out on the street, get on the phone, get on the social medias and make them aware. It only takes 10 to turn into 100, then 100 to turn into 1,000. Everything metastasizes once you have a collective body of folks that can actually turn into mouthpieces for your good work. All right. Every good client is an advertisement. Keep that in mind. You want to turn your clients into commercials. And that's the way I think it works best for you. And I think that Miss B will agree. And then last thing is faith. Once again, faith in however it is that you choose to see it. Faith in your God, faith in yourself, faith in your company, faith in your team, faith in your abilities, in your education, in your own self, to be able to do what it is that you will be doing. I declare and decree it will happen. Yes, hallelujah. That boat to Fiji is on the way. I see it. I'm mentioning it. Yes, that condo in Austin, Texas. I don't know your life. Do whatever it is you want. But that is what we want. keep your eyes on the prize. We're gonna go ahead and get that. Aim for the skies, you hit a cloud. Let's go ahead and keep it going. All right, man. So let's go ahead and start wrapping this. We're just gonna take a couple questions and talk a couple things real quick, but not too much of your day because I know that we're going into the weekend. But I would like to bring into the fold the woman of the hour, of course, PhD. Are you ready? None other than the one and only. Oh, she need an old introduction like this. I'm gonna do it like this. It's Miss B. Hey, no, I can't do it like that. What's going on? Let me make sure I can hear you. Jamichael, I think you might be muted.
I knew that. I just wanted to make sure you were,
Yep. I know how you do. Yeah, just got to make sure. I got you. Yep. How's it going up there, Miss B?
Amazing. I'm super excited. I'm here in Echo. Let me fix that. But everything is going really well. We're excited about the season. We're excited about our new team members. You guys are inspiring me. Can I say that? You guys are truly inspiring me. So I'm excited about that. And some of the things wait, give me a second, Denise. Let me try and figure out where the intel's coming from so that way I can minimize that really quick.
What do you need me to do?
I got it, I think.
Okay.
Wait, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, great. And I don't hear me twice, so that's even better.
I see what you mean.
Okay, great. So I'm just super excited. One of the things you just said, just like I need to know if y'all actually got that. Benny just said, turn your clients into commercials. Turn your clients into commercials. Now, Benny, do you think we do a great job turning our clients into commercials?
100%. It's a necessity. Like when one of the things you taught me that in my first year when I was sitting and watching you at work was like, if a client is leaving and she's happy or he's happy, then they should take that energy to the next client. And that was something you were adamant about. I watched it. I sat and watched it. Clients would leave and you would say, can you send me some more people? You know what I'm saying? Like it was like, and they would do it. And that was literally how I built my business. Yeah. So we did the commercial thing a little bit, but we ain't been out there like H&R blocking it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't been out there like, putting stuff on national. And we've done not just fine, we've flourished. Like we've done very well just off the seat of telling the people that are satisfied with our services that if you really are satisfied, then the way to thank me isn't through thanks, through words, through hugs, through cookies and brownies. It's through clients, right? Absolutely. You send me people, and that's all it's taken, literally.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a really big thing. And sometimes we forget, Benny, is that people come to us for curiosity, especially like we're in our first year. They come to us because they're curious and they want to know what we do, but they stay with us because of satisfaction, right? Mm-hmm. And here's the thing, like they can come into your office as a client, but they can leave as a friend. Mm-hmm. And I think that we have been masterful at transitioning people into friends. And now our clients that stay for, that's still here after a decade, going on 2 decades, like they are family. You understand? Like the world could be falling apart, but it's their family. And we tend to go the extra mile. We tend to work with them. Again, one of the best things that I love most about the way we lead is the understanding that we have is that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So one of the that's just it, and that's on everything. It's like one of the primary things that we thrive in leadership and in business is reaching into the home, into the hearts of people. So we do our thing the way we do because we set up our systems the way we have to give you the opportunity as a tax professional, whether it's your first year in the business or whether it's your 5th year in the business, to where you have gathered all of their information on the front end. You have got all your questions out of the way before that client is in front of your desk, so that when you are actually in person with them or on your Zoom or however it is you're going to do it, virtually or what have you, you now have that opportunity to build a rapport with that client. So you're now serving them. You understand what I'm saying? You're now serving them. You're in front of them and they're leaving you different, okay? Understand that your job as a tax professional is also to minister. I hate to go here, but I'm being honest. Every single person needs to leave you touched, moved, and inspired. And if you don't have it in you to do that, if you don't have it in you to make sure that you're leaving your client with something, then you're leaving your client. Y'all understand what I'm saying? If you are not making deposits in your client and that client does not leave you feeling brand new, feeling hopeful about the future, feeling, you guys got to get, this is in most cases the biggest check these people will ever get their entire year.
Yeah.
And you are the catalyst for that. So you got to understand, in their mind, you're either Satan or you're Santa. And you get to pick which one you want to show up at. You're going to be Satan or you're going to be Santa. Baby girl, Mr. Man, sir.
I love
which one you going to be?
I love it. I love it.
Okay, so I'm going to show up and I'm going to show out for these clients and I'm going to love on them differently. And you can't fake that. That means the work that we recommend that you do on yourself on the off season is real. That means the work that we recommend that you do on your business on the off season is real. Like you literally have to have a vested interest in your clients, or they all will become or appear to be a nuisance for you. Like then when that phone rings, instead of saying, "Oh my God, are they okay?" You can be like, "Oh Lord, let me see, I can get out of this." How are you serving the masses?
These gems. I don't think I was ready. For all of these gems to pull up this morning. So let me just interview you, Miss B, real quick before we, send folks away for the weekend. So I can't speak for you. I think for me it's 2024. So this will be my 15th year. This is my 15th year in the biz. All right, coming into 2025. I came in under you. Yeah. You were active obviously years before that. What do you think that you, Dr. Miss B, would tell young, thriving, I'm about to jump into this business, Miss B, back when you were first starting to jump into the water and kind of, test the water, see if it's warm enough. What would you aspire to tell yourself back then to either encourage you or things maybe that you would have done different? Who knows? Okay,
well, definitely, I would say treat this business like it's a job. Show it for yourself. Punch a clock. Okay? Treat this business, whatever your goal is, until you are on your way to getting that, treat this business like a job. Give yourself the same respect that you give your boss. If they say be at your job, be at their job at 7 a.m., how dare you show up at their office at 7:45 or at 7:30, let alone 8 o'clock. No. So how dare, like, if you can do that for somebody else, do that for yourself.
Right.
For yourself. So that would be the primary thing, because so often I'm not calling to check on you. Like, if you're not showing up, guess what? So whoever's there is going to be rewarded with your clients that walk through the door. Unfortunately, if we're working in the same office, I'm not calling, hey, you're supposed to be here at 8 o'clock. No, because we're doing the work for you now. We're telling you what you need to do. We're giving you all the gems. We're giving you all the tools right now.
Yeah.
Everybody knows, like, I'm there. I show up for my team. Like, I am there. Like, that's why Benny's so spoiled now, because he has to do nothing but show up.
Yo, what? I'm catching strays, man. I ain't doing that.
I got you. But Vinny has earned that. You get what I'm saying? Like, show up for yourself. Show up for yourself and give God the tools that He needs to cause you to win. And understand that there's going to be everything in the world that can go wrong that will go wrong.
Yep.
But when things are going wrong, don't you go wrong with it.
Hallelujah. I love it.
When life is showing up, because it will. You keep showing up. Okay? Yeah. You can ask anybody who's been in this business or in this industry for any amount of time, how bad did it get for you? Because you got to think, right? If you are right now, you are not, I don't know how much you're making. Maybe like you make 6 figures at your job, but you never made 6 figures in your business, right? So you got to get the person you are that has qualified to make 6 figures at your job cannot be the same person who qualifies to make 6 figures independently.
Wow.
So what you got to get is that those things that show up for you, because here's the thing. As you're moving along this journey, take massive, copious notes. Because when you discover your blueprint, that is your roadmap to 7 figures. Understand what I'm saying? So who you are at your job and who you are that makes 6 figures can't be the same person that makes 6 figures in your business. Why? Because your job is only going to let you make 6 figures one time a year. Your business, duplicate.
Oh, wow. Man.
4 months of duplicate.
The bar.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? So you get to determine your income by the amount of access you give yourself to your future. I say the amount of access you give yourself to your future because guess what? We put in roadblocks. We allow things to show up to become roadblocks. No, we're just trying to show up just to get us to the next level. But no, we're like, okay, this is the reason why I can't, when God is trying to show you that this is the reason why you must. So if we understand that it's going to take not just a shift in mindset, but a shift in everyday activity in order for us to get to that next level, then we will approach this thing with reckless abandonment. No apologies, baby girl. I will see you in April. Somebody wants to have a toxic conversation. Okay, get on my calendar for April 16th, boo. Because I cannot do it. This is not, we got 6 weeks, y'all, to get it. There are 6 weeks, Vinny. Am I lying?
Nope.
You get to build that momentum from right now until January 14th. You get to build that momentum from now to January 14th, guys. What you're doing now up until January 14th is going to lead you to build the type of momentum that will now lead you into the next 30 days. And what you're doing from January to 14th, when those clients start coming to your door, some come earlier, but whatever, January 14th until February 14th is going to catapult your business from March 14th to April 14th. Understand what I'm saying, guys? Your activities is going to dictate your success. So right now, every single solitary day, you need to be on social media. Every single solitary day, you got to go to be in a DM. Every single solitary day, remember what Vinny said. Once your clients start coming in, that person, that make sure they are happy. I'm not saying do anything illegal by any stretch of the imagination. Absolutely not. We are going to give you the tools and the skills that you need to be able to have success and to make sure your client leaves. Yeah. Okay? However, the conversation that you have with your client when they leave your office is going to determine how your February is.
Yes.
And the conversations that you have with your clients in February is going to determine how your March. You understand what I'm saying? Create alliances. All right? Create alliances. If you know somebody that's the man at your office, at their office, say, hey, I'm buying you and your coworkers lunch today. Where do I send it? When y'all get your W-2s, I want all y'all to come see me. I'm giving you free consultations, and yours will be free. Understand? Create strategy. This is the winning season.
Yeah.
you to start your year out amazing. But you've got to understand the opportunity that you have here. And your obstacles, when they show up, they are designed to deter you. They are designed to keep you away from your goal. They are designed to keep you from your finish line. That's what they're for. They are literally either going to make you into a success or to break you from being successful. But we get to choose. That's the beauty in this thing. We get to choose. We get to choose to fight through it and to win, because somebody's going to win. Somebody's going to win. Either your problem is going to win in having you think that it's over, or you are going to be relentless and you are going to win. Up to you.
Well, let me tap into that a little bit. So everything that she's saying is 100% spot on. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and doubt and throw shade or even second guess sis. But let me speak a little bit specifically with regard to what it is that you should possibly consider when it comes to building your empire when it comes to the clientele, because your tax business is based on clientele. I mean, let's just keep it real. Like when you break that ground, like the very first thing that's poured is a concrete of solid clientele, and your business has to be built on that. But here's the I think this is a misconception with regard to tax business. For those who are just entering the tax realm, the misconception of, oh, I'm now a tax preparer. Oh, just wait. People are going to flock to me because I now do taxes. That does not exist. In fact, it's the opposite. People like, you do taxes? I'm not coming to you. I don't know you. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? I go to my guy that I've been going to for 10, 15 years. He give me my $300. I ain't got to worry about the IRS, and I'm happy. You have to compete with your own family. You know what I'm saying? Saying like, yo, look, I'm not coming to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know you. You know, what you've been doing the past few years? All of a sudden you want to do taxes? Okay, and I'm supposed to give you my social and give you my bank account for you to do what? Who is you? So yeah, you're gonna have to deal with that. That's the thing. But you want to be able to have enough knowledge and education that in the event they do decide to give you that trust, then you can. But let me take a step back. Let's not think about those folks. Let's think about the folks who don't know you, who their first introduction to you will be you as a tax professional. Now, B just said, go buy a team lunch or go to the barbershop and give everybody cupcakes. That's a strategy that works. But let me just break down exactly what happens with that strategy. Now, you may go into the barbershop and there's 10 barbers. All right. You bring cupcakes. Hey, everybody. I'm going to do Miss B. Hey, everybody. Oh my gosh, it's so great to be here. Cupcakes. Hey, everybody. Yes, you look great. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I do the whole thing. And I get in there and I give away cupcakes and people smile. Hey, Miss B, I'm going to come check you out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, where y'all at anyway? Now, you might walk out that office. You might walk out that barbershop. And maybe all 10 don't come to you. Maybe 5 of them don't even come to you. Maybe only 1 of them comes to you. Maybe 1 of them, but that is $600 to $1,200 perhaps. But when that 1 comes to you, did you know he had a girlfriend? And the girlfriend got a brother. And the brother owns a business. You know what I'm saying?
We got a mama.
Like, this is how it works. Like, you don't go in there being like, okay, I'm going to go in and there's 10 in there and I'm going to walk away with all 10. You're like, you go in there and you walk away with whatever you can. Sometimes that one catalyst can change the course of everything. Like, literally, like, you have no idea how many of our clients brought us their whole family. And that original client don't even come to us no more because they don't even pay taxes no more. They done got Social Security. But now they sister, daughter, mother, cousin, all of them coming to us, all because of one interaction that we may or may not have given if we did not have the effort, if we did not want to get out of it what we put into it. So you have to recognize, like, everything is connected like that. It doesn't always work out like, oh, I'm going to go out and put out 100 flyers, I'm going to get 100 clients. No. The rule of marketing is you put out 1,000 flyers, you might get 10 clients. Okay, that means you got to put out 1 million flyers if you want to get $100,000. Okay, so that's the way it works. It's the law of numbers. It's a probability game. It's putting everything out there so that those who need to be touched be touched. I'm gonna keep it real. If you go down my clientele list, you see a lot of the same last names. B. You see a lot of the same. You're gonna see a lot of Huertas and Santos, and you're gonna see a lot of William. You go why? Because they done spread the name around.
Yeah.
Who doing your taxes, ain't he? Oh, I've been going to this dude Vince for a while. He been looking out. Okay, how I get in touch with him? Yeah, he be looking out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Damn. But that wouldn't happen if I wasn't already her tax preparer. If I hadn't already been, put things in place to make it so that we are affiliated. I got folks this year coming back too. It's always exciting, B, when they try to leave the pasture.
I be like, well, they messed me up. Did you help me?
She called in July, and I don't, I'm going somewhere else. Oh, okay, all right, cool. The next year, hey, you still doing taxes? Yes. I ain't changed. You changed. You know what I'm saying? So here's another thing I'll say real quick, and then we'll start. I like this. I was about to say, Valerie, we'll start opening up the floor for questions from the comment section. For those who are in the comment section, we only gonna hang out for a few more minutes because we busy. Okay, but questions now, if you have them, then go ahead and start putting them up, and I'll start addressing them individually. I see Valerie already has one. We'll go ahead and keep those. Put the questions in the comments, guys, and we'll start addressing those here pretty soon. But the next thing I'll say is, in addition to the bringing up your clients, it also is very important that each and every last one of them is treated like they are the only client you have. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a certain, let's say, there is a skill set to making a client feel as if they are the only thing that matters in the world, which is the case when you're dealing with them. It's not fake, it's not fraudulent, but doing it and feeling that way and having them know that that's the way you feel is a different thing. Because I believe that people, one of the things about us, B, that is different from our offices and others, is that we do have that familial aspect. Like when you come into the office, or even when you call or talk to us, we're not just trying to get your information and hurry up and get you out the office. We're not just trying to hurry up and get your info sent to us and hurry up and get you off the phone. We're trying to learn about you. We're trying to know about your family. We want to know what's going on with you. We're not only trying to be a counselor, or your therapist, but we at least want to have a deeper connection than just you giving me some papers and me spitting out a number. Now, it doesn't happen with everybody. Some clients just try it. They just like, look, bro, here go the W-2. Just let me know how much it is. And even then, I try to be as personable as possible. But that personal connection is what I believe ties somebody. Like, you know the difference between going to some highfalutin, really fancy restaurant. Yeah, you get the pictures, you get the food, it looks good. But you know also what it's like when you go back to Joe's Crab Shack or Uncle Jones Barbecue. You know Uncle Jones, hey, man, you done grew up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Look, oh, is that true? That's the youngest? Oh, she done got tall. But you know there's a different connection when it comes to the mom and pop. And so make sure you bring that to the because people would tell like, yo, this is my boy. Like they want you to be like, yeah, he gonna hook you up. Yeah, yo, they gonna look out for you. And yo, they good people. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you keep your branding straight. And that's one thing that works well for me. It's just personability. Everybody is king and queen. There's nobody who's a dupe or anything like that. So let's get into a few questions real quick, and let's go ahead and wrap it on up. I want to shout out a few folks that's here. What's up, Bishop, Valerie, Tamara? Tamara, what's up? Monet, if y'all are still in here, appreciate y'all pulling up. And anybody else who hasn't spoke, please go ahead. Leave them in the comment section. This is going to be one of the few interactive sessions we have. So let's go ahead and get it started. This first question is for Mrs. B. Mrs. B, it says, how do we then start with client number one? How did you begin, Dr. B?
All right, great question. The business was introduced to me. I felt so favored that a good friend of mine came to me and they introduced me to the business, and we literally got out there and we flyered. And I'll never forget my very first client. It was literally the favor of God. That person was the catalyst for bringing me so many different people. But the thing was that her file was difficult. So she wanted me to do her. And as I was dealing with her file, now mind you, this is my first year, my very first client. And she was sitting there like, I've been doing taxes all my life. Like she's been getting her taxes done, right? Not just by me. So I had to win her over. So thank God I, was able to log in and tap into my training, and I was able to satisfy what she needed legally, and I was able to have the conversations that she needed because they also trained us how to have the right types of conversations. That if for any reason like we can't get you the number, but let me educate you on what we gotta leave on the table, because these are the things that you need to change so that next year moving forward, next year keyword, okay, you're talking about future conversation because you're expecting to see them again. Next year moving forward, here's what I know I can do for you, right? So having those right conversations, but yeah, literally from flyering, from getting out in the neighborhood, and like I said, taking donuts, taking like a bucket of chicken, just dropping it off, say, hey, it's from the tax ladies. Come and see us. We'd love to take care of you this year. Or come on, let's get a free consultation. And now I just want to see how things looked last year for you so I can see if there's anything I could have done differently. And I'll do that for you for free consultation, right? And then you get to do their current year's taxes. So yeah, never be afraid of that one person. My first person was definitely not family. As a matter of fact, I was so new, I was kind of afraid to go to family at first because I didn't want to mess anything up, right? So that happens, that concern happens, that fear happens. And if it does, just know the difference between you guys and where I started, y'all got us. You get what I'm saying? So we are going to take the time out to make sure that you guys are very well equipped. We're going to take the time out to make sure that, hey, we can, like via text message, thank God, our software system, we're all connected. So if there's a message or a concern that you have, you can always say, hey, send us a message via the software. Hey, this client, can you look at them? Or I'm so overwhelmed. Just go in and finish this return and just tell me what to say. And you're sitting there talking to them about butterflies and bananas, okay? And we're in there finishing the return for you. Not saying that I want to make that a habit, of course not, but just so you know, we got your back in case you're in a tough situation. But in some situations, like if you happen to get with a client who happens to be difficult, don't be afraid to say, you know what? I definitely see that we can do some stuff for you, but let me talk to my partners. I want to make sure that we're not leaving anything on the table for you. Let me give you a call tomorrow. Most clients like, oh, so you really want to, take your time and see what else you can make sure, I'm not leaving that on the table. Most clients are like, okay, great. We have never, Benny, correct me if I'm wrong, we have never heard anybody say, no, I don't want you to take a second look or have nobody, they are always very excited about you taking more time with their return. So that's another way to make sure that that first client has a great experience. And yeah, like Benny said, don't forget, like, hey, if I'm doing a great job for you, send your auntie, send your cousins, send your family and friends to you, and you're welcome to offer them an incentive. But I'm gonna be honest with you, for the first 10 years, I did not offer an incentive because the work that we presented, the experience that we gave the customers were incentivized. They were incentivized enough.
That's 100% correct. You did ask Dr. B, so I won't jump into my little origin story. I've already kind of given some of it, but all I will say is that for those, because I know that this was an issue with me, for those who are nervous because you don't know what to do, which is probably which is what happens with most folks on their very first year. It's challenging to think like I'm the one that has to communicate with the big bad IRS. It's a scary thing. It's scary. I get it. And you're like, I just don't want to do this wrong. I don't want to mess up this client. I don't want to have a bad rep. I don't want to hit the wrong button. I don't know this, that. I'm not a senior level exec. I'm an entry level. And so I'm just fearful of mistakes. And I'm just going to say, we all had that, but it's one of those things you have to push through. It's not something you can hurdle or you can limbo under. You have to push through that. And let me tell you, it gets easier with every preparation. Now, the best part, like B said, I mean, we are available and our experience is also available to you. So by all means, tap into us as best you can if you like, for that encouragement or a little bit of extra knowledge if need be. But the one thing you can't do, and I think I'm speaking to Valerie here specifically, I don't even know who she is and what's her deal. But I want to say specifically, if it's your first year, what you can't allow is for your fear to take forefront. You can't give your fear the steering wheel. All right. Otherwise, you're going to go where the fear takes you instead of you taking your fear, telling it to sit in the back seat. I can't tell you to get rid of it. Right. We can't say, nah, don't be fear. You go away. Okay. Nah, it don't work like that. Fear going to linger around and it's going to be there. But at least don't give them the driver's seat. Put them in the back and let them know, like, look, bro, we going to go ahead. And I know we a little nervous, but we still got to go down this road. And let me tell you, it starts to stop going uphill and it starts to go downhill. Once you kind of get that knowledge in those first few clients, you realize it ain't as bad as you thought. Then you start to coast a little bit. Cruise control starts to come into mind. You don't have to necessarily always feel like you have to push the vehicle. So don't let your fear say to you, I don't want to take a client because they're going to ask me a question and I'm not going to know what to. No, you get through there, you wing it, and you use your lack of expertise to your advantage by saying what B says. Say, hey, you know what? That's a good question. I want to make sure I get this right. Let me contact my senior advisor just to make sure, because this one's a little new on me. There's not that much, and trust, we still have training to do, so you will know the basics.
Yeah,
you'll start to learn. Everybody you ain't gonna have to do too many Schedule E's in your first year. Okay, you ain't gonna have to do too much crypto in your first year. All right, if we can get you to do a W-2 and maybe some deductions a little bit, maybe a 1098 here and there, maybe a 1099-R, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. But don't allow that voice in the back of your head like, girl, you don't know what you're doing. Who is you? This ain't what you do. You got a job. You worry about your job. This ain't. Don't you? That is the broke demon talking. We won't be broke. Let's just stay. And I'm not saying you broke. I'm just saying
that's a demon called broke.
That's a demon broke. They just want you to be. They want you to depend on the job that you could lose at any moment. All right. Make no mistake. I know you done worked hard to get to the position you in, but your job is dependent on its shareholders and the success of those that come to it. Your job could get sold tomorrow. You don't know. And I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm not one of those, jobs is just over broke people. And if you work and you ain't nobody. I'm not that multi-level marketing guy. I'm here to tell you that if you don't leave your job and start selling Avon and you ain't that's not me. Okay. But I do know that jobs do, in addition to the benefits, do provide a little bit of instability with regard to control of your life, right? You might want to take a whole summer off, but you're scared because you might not have a job when you get back. So this is just a pathway to getting a little bit more freedom. And you can't allow your fear to keep you from the freedom you deserve, Valerie, and everybody else in the comments who may have a little bit of fear. I'm telling you right now, the first time you drove, it wasn't as easy as it is now. Okay? I don't know if you drive. I don't know. Maybe you one of these New York, I got a Metro car type people. I don't know. You might Uber everywhere. But if you did ride a bike or drive, I promise you, the 10th time you did it was not as bad as the first time you did it.
Right.
The same way with taxes. If you allow yourself to be, I'm scared. Nah, and that's going to happen. I need to get rid of my... That's right. You tell her to shut up, Valerie. That's right. Like, shut up. I rebuke you in the name of hallelujah. The mama show you, mama. Better get rid of that demon.
I want to say this too, but Vinny, Val, I want to say this. You are already very well respected in your communities. Like, people already trust you, girl. They already respect you. And you're in New Jersey right now. Where are you now? Oh, well, I think I'm going to be in New Jersey with the New Jersey team. I would love to meet up with you while I'm there next week. We're going to be doing team photo shoots and just being like, yes, we're coming with it. And,
Union City? She's in Union City?
Oh, Union City, New Jersey?
She didn't say that. I'm just asking. I didn't, Valerie. I don't mean to put anything in you. And I know. And sometimes I try to keep from saying people's names. That way, if we play this again, it doesn't like who is Valerie. But yeah, Valerie. If you are in New Jersey, and if you happen to be working with Sharice and Sharonda, I don't know if you are or not. I just know they in Jersey.
I haven't met them yet, but I definitely, if you're in New Jersey, Valerie, I definitely want to introduce you to that part of our team. They're amazing people in the New Jersey area, and definitely some individuals that you can mentor yourself after. Amen to that. I don't think she's answered, but okay. Well, wherever you are, the reason why I'm saying that is because locally we will be doing in the prospective states, we will be doing trainings, in-person trainings. Like I know I will personally be in our Florida location. And I'll also be in our Georgia as well as New Jersey location. So we will be doing training. So if you are in either of those, and the people in Georgia know I've been meeting up with y'all like every week on rotation, like get me now, get me now, get me now. Because when it gets busy, you ain't gonna be able to get me. I'm just being honest. Okay, great. So yes, I will be in New Jersey next week. Please. Let's see if like maybe Tuesday I'll talk to the team and see how they're feeling about. Okay, come on now, Union County, period. Yes. So, I know you, Val. So, and I've been knowing you for years, and you are very well respected. So, I think that you can even tap into let's just meet together. Let's have a conversation. I want to belabor the point here, but definitely let's meet while I'm in New Jersey. Let's see what we can do to help, catapult your business into the next year. Baby. Yes. I'm excited for you, and definitely Vinny, you got to share with them your story, your origin story, how you started.
Oh, all right. Well, I know we
ask questions right now, but come on.
No, it's cool. Yeah. So for me, my whole deal was when I first came, I had I came directly from corporate America into self-employment. And so typically those of us that work in corporate America, you kind of are used to showing up and doing the task that you're given, right? You're like, okay, I'm supposed to do this. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do really good at it, and you're gonna reward me for it with a raise or so and so. And so my mind was just in a different space. I would show up to work every day 9, and I'd leave after dark. And my job at that point was to show up, be at the desk, and to do the taxes that were coming to me. It wasn't until later that I realized, I have to, work to get my own clientele. I sat there and watched B and others in the office have lines of people, and I remember being like, this is unfair. I remember there was a small period of time where I was like, yo, this is messed up, man. She's gonna recruit me and then have me sitting here by myself. I ain't got no clients. And then at one point in time, I even was like, yo, B, because B would have a line of people like literally sitting in the lobby, like waiting on the steps, just like, oh my God, like, how come ain't nobody? And B was like, look, if you want one of the clients to come to you, just go ahead. Go ask them if they I was like, for real? I don't get no client for real? And she was like, sure, go ahead. I was like, all right. So I go out thinking, she done messed up now. She done let me get a hold of the client. I go out to the lobby. I'm like, hey, y'all know, y'all ain't got to wait hours at a time for Miss B. I can do it too. And they was like, I'm waiting my turn to see Miss B. I might be here till 6 7 but I ain't coming out. Who is you? And I don't say that to like say, that is what you should expect for your office. I say that to say that that's how hard B worked to attain that level of respect from her clients, to the point where she could even say, look, I'm not scared to let my clients go out into the world. They are so devoted as of now, not just because of what we're providing them in terms of product, but also because of our rapport. We built something here. They come to me and tell me, I get to get an annual review of what's happened. I want to, she's in college. But she was this. Like, the level of customer service that B provides, it goes beyond Publix and Chick-fil-A. Like, it's crazy. So that was my experience, just sitting there realizing like, yo, I don't have the ability to show up and do work. I have to curate my own. And that was when I learned how to do the business. I was like, okay, cool. So at the time, my homegirl Janelle was working in the office too. And we had worked out a deal where we would go after every day at work. We would leave, we would go flyer up an entire apartment complex, flyer up an entire whatever, and we deal with whatever residuals we deal with. And I mean, it took years. I'm not going to lie. It took a while. What I made in that first year, I'm making 20
times.
Almost 10 times that much. Almost 10 times as much. It was like, it was like 30, 40 that year. It's another zero. So, but it started there. You know what I mean? And ever since then, it literally is just And you know what's funny, B? I remember some lazy years. Like, you can't have a bad year if you want. I remember some years like, man, I probably ain't gonna do that good this year. I ain't gonna put out no flyers. I ain't gonna do nothing. Still business grows. I'm still looking at it. I'm like, yo, and I might lose a client or two. Not because of bad business. They might move away, or they might no longer be employed, and they only file Social Security, so it's not beneficial for them. So it's not all old clients. They don't want to work with you no more. Sometimes they age out or their circumstances change, okay? But for some strange reason, even those couple that drop off, they seem to get replaced by the girlfriend. And you know what's also funny is working with the divorced couples, seeing they new husbands.
Right. And both of them, don't tell such and such I came to you, Steve. Don't tell him. I'm like, oh, child, never.
Yeah, I don't want you to know how much I'm getting back.
Such and such walk in his office. I'm like, who?
Exactly. Yeah. So there's some fun to be had on the journey. You know what I mean? But yeah, that is how I started. I started by simply being a spectator of the wisdom that is Ms. B, showing how the marketing strategy works and having to learn firsthand that it's not only possible, but it's doable. Like, you can do it, because she is, I want to say easily, because I don't think it was easy at all. It wasn't easy to get out the house on Christmas Day. B had us on Christmas Day. Tell your family after y'all open up them presents that we got the marketing to do.
Christmas night, we all about to get in this truck and we flyering.
Christmas night.
On doors. So when they wake up and they think about their account is in a negative, they know who to call, baby.
It works.
Like, that's real. It's real.
Works.
I'm like, listen.
Yeah, you might get a call from the city, but it definitely works. So that was my little entry. And then after I learned that, it really was just hitting the ground running. It was just like, okay, this is the formula. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat every year. Market, kill them with your product. Let them know what you can do. Don't go above and beyond. Somebody wants you to do some more crazy stuff. It is not worth your business. Let me tell you that right now. They want you to, hey man, I got some dude who said he can get us a bunch of Social Security numbers. And well, good luck with that. Good luck with that, sir. I'll be over here filing properly and legitimately the W-2s and 1099s that we're getting directly from the, you know what I'm saying? I don't want no problems from no IRS. And as long as you stay floating on that side, bro, you're going to be all right. So, but ultimately, the moral of the story is with both of us, it started with us saying, we have to do this. We cannot wait for somebody to do this for us. We cannot wait for it to be done for us. We had those moments. B was sitting in front of a client. B was with somebody else. I was with B. And there was a moment that we realized, I have to do this. And once you get that, and you realize that, and you also realize that it is, I don't like using the word easy, because easy is subjective, but it's very, 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 very possible with, I don't even want to say minimal effort.
I would say simply duplicatable.
Simply duplicatable. I think that's possible. I think it's not, what we're saying is not difficult, but it requires the effort and the drive and the tenacity, the initiative to want to have to do it. The hardest part is making you want to do it. You know, I'm gonna keep it real. If you ask me on my own stead back in 2010, if I was gonna go out and hand out flyers on Christmas Day, I'd be like, hell no. It's Christmas Day. What? But no, the knowledge, the knowing, the experience to know, nah, bro, you ain't getting it. And me latching on to this expert, sometimes that's all it takes, man. So I'll just say that. And, you know, if you happen to think of any other questions throughout this weekend, feel free to pull up, drop them in the group. I'm sorry I can't post this to the group. We'll try to work on that. But for right now, I think the YouTube channel works. Yeah. So hopefully that's not too bad. But yeah, if you think of anything, go ahead and feel free to drop it. Next week, we should be beginning our training modules, which will mean you might see somebody that looks like me, maybe a little older, maybe a little younger, actually. Maybe look slightly different in the training modules, basically showing basic training, how to enter a W-2, the difference between a W-2 and a 1099, the difference between a W-2 and a W-9. By the way, I get severely annoyed when people say, I'm bringing you my W-9. Like, okay, you know, that makes no sense, right? Like, what am I going to do with your W-9? Like, you have to fill that out. W-9 is not a W-2. A W-4 is what you fill out to get a W-2. A W-9 is what you fill out to get a 1099. These are things that you'll know off the top of your head. And people will look at you like, oh my God, you know everything. You're an expert. Like, you know, just read this stuff here, that stuff. So, hey, Sharonda. I'll hold you right there, man. Hey, I can't wait for the next conference, man. We got some We got partying to do. Hallelujah. We be having fun on the conferences, y'all. Y'all talking about. So pull on up. I think we'll go ahead and wrap this session right now. But I think we're gonna announce. I think it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and sometimes we're gonna go ahead and start the training modules. In these modules, guys, you can absolutely fast forward, rewind, pause, whatever it is that you like, and ask questions amidst them. I'm gonna try to moderate to watch them and maybe answer questions in the meantime. But if you happen to have questions after the module, just post them to the group, and I myself will check the group on occasion and make sure that we can jump in and answer any questions. And you can hit us up too. If you can especially hit B. You can hit B right now. Like, she answers all calls.
But just know, guys, I definitely want to leave y'all with this. If you are in the Georgia market, I will be getting with everybody next week in Georgia. So Tuesday, Wednesday, actually all day Tuesday, I will be in the New Jersey location. So if you guys are in that area, let's see what we can do to get together for sure. Also, even if it's just for dinner, talk business, whatever it is, let's definitely do that. You know, sis got to eat while she's there. I will be flying back out on Wednesday. And then I will be back in the Georgia area. So on Thursday, all the Georgia team, please, let's get together on Thursday. There's some things I want to go over with y'all. So make sure y'all got your flyers. Make sure you're hitting the ground running on Christmas night. I will be in Florida. I will be, in the Florida area on Christmas. So I will not be here with you, but I would definitely want to make sure that you guys are prepared to hit the ground running. Yes, this weekend, whether you guys, whatever you got to do, make sure that people are knowing you have not finalized your business cards yet, you have not finalized your flyers. Make sure that you do that this weekend. Like, it has to be done. And on Sunday, you start, let people know, hey, free consultations. The first week, we are giving out up to $7,000. Come on, January 7th, first week in January, I got you. Come see me. Or, of course, our script is going to be a lot better than that. But just make sure that you're ready. We're going to meet in person so that we can crystallize those things. I want to make sure that I am doing my part to make sure that you guys are experiencing as much success as possible. I absolutely love y'all, and I cannot wait to see y'all win. Yes.
All right, so let's go ahead and start wrapping up. So, guys, here's what I want you to leave with for this weekend. Please, if you have not already at least looked into your P10 acquisition, now's the time. It's simply going on and putting in your information on irs.gov/P10. Take it about, you need a laptop, you need something, because if you're going to be looking at, I like to do interactive sessions when I do the training. So I want you to be able to follow along with what we're going to be talking about. So make sure you're in a position to do that. And once again, just make sure you come to the class, come to the course, and come ready to learn and willing to interact. Leave from the session knowing what you don't know and knowing what you need help with, and at least go into your first day with your first client, if this is your first client, with a bare minimum of knowledge that can get you through a basic W-2 preparation, and we'll walk you through the rest. That's it for me, man. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all enjoy the weekend on behalf of myself and Dr. Evangelist Minister, dear future husband, this is B. We're gonna give y'all we're gonna wish y'all a good weekend. Enjoy. We will see you back here soon. Be tuned into the group for the details about the next session and the modules, and we wish you a great weekend. Thank you so much. Deuces. Say bye, sis. Say bye. Bye.
Love y'all.